Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Midsommar, directed by Aster. So this is a folk horror with a real Wicker Man vibe. It's about an American couple, Danny and Christian, who go with a group of friends to a remote Swedish village to participate in a midsummer festival. When they arrive, the festival seems really benign. People in white clothes singing, dancing, randomly playing flutes in the fields, almost like a parody of a peace and love community. But gradually disturbing things start to happen, and it's clearly not as benign as it first appeared. I very much enjoyed this film. The story got my interest from early on. There's lots of different strands to the narrative. It's a great setup right from the start. This is a film about trauma, mental illness, relationships, insecurity, competitiveness in academic research, communities exploring alternative living, and cults. All these aspects make for a really interesting narrative, and I was very much engaged with this film. It's a really quirky film in a good way. There's a lot of humour, not laugh out loud humour, but it's funny in a quirky way. Really bizarre and random things start occurring. The film gradually gets darker. We see a lot of it through Danny's perspective, and clearly she's undergoing significant trauma, kind of mental health episodes. What a performance from Florence Pugh. She is an amazing actor. She's so good in every film she's in. Bizarre things happen, rituals, people on top of the cliffs, intriguing, shocking, women singing in the sex scene. At one level you could say it's beautiful, at times it's humorous in a dry way, at another level it's terrifying. Things that work really well in this film are the construction of the film, I think. The people are so friendly and gentle and kind, but as our perception of them changes, we realise that they're manipulators, that they're violent abusers. They don't change at all. They remain the same. They're relaxed about it all. It's as if it's normal for them. I really like this. They never look like monsters despite the terrible things that they're doing. This is reinforced by the aesthetic of the whole film. There's no darkness in this film, literally. This is a Scandinavian summer and the days are very long. But this is also a very light film in terms of light and colour. It's very bright, a summery aesthetic. At times it's so colourful too. Danny's flowery costumes get more and more elaborate. The soundtrack is excellent. It's kind of a blend of folk elements, and this creates eerie and tense undertones throughout the film. I mentioned the Wicker Man vibe earlier. There are big similarities here with the Wicker Man. The sense of a happy and harmonious community, more so than those living in the modern world, yet horrific practices and rituals. It's a really interesting ambiguity. There are big similarities between the two films, but Midsommar does feel like it stands up. It doesn't feel like it's derivative, even though there are strong links and references. I hadn't seen The Wicker Man for many years, so out of interest I watched it again after seeing Midsommar, and I've done a separate review on that. If I was to criticise one thing of Midsommar, it would perhaps be the length. 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit too long. That said, I was never bored. It was a really engaging film. It's a thriller with a compelling story, but also has many undertones and themes, interesting metaphors, interesting ideas. I would highly recommend this film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.